I was going to share information about the modern sporting rifle with a fixed magazine. It's similar to an AR-15. This part of the gun right here is called the lower receiver, and that's what is registered as a gun. When a person buys a gun, they do a background check and get that. All right. Most of the time, it'll come with a barrel attached to it. And this one was made for this barrel right here. This is the one that came with it. It was attached, and that's the way I bought it. And this is a 5.56 by 45 NATO caliber gun. And I paid about $11 for that scope. I bought it used. It's a 4x32 scope. Don't need to really spend a lot of money on scopes unless you really like spending a lot of money on scopes. If you're shooting like elk at 500 yards or something like that, I can see putting $2,000 into a scope or whatever. My scopes don't cost me over $100 usually. Matter of fact, I don't think any of them ever did. I got one that's worth more, but I only paid $25 for it. It was on clearance, and it was a $149 scope. I still have it. Okay, so this one here, I just got today. This is called the upper receiver, and this is called the lower receiver right here. Okay, so this one here is 7.62 by 39, which is the same as the AK-47 round. All right, so I can shoot 5.56 by 45, and I can shoot 223 Remington in here. I also have an attachment to shoot 22 long rifle in here. All right. If I had 300 blackout, it uses the same bolt and everything and all that stuff. It just uses a different barrel. Okay. So the only thing that have to be changed is the barrel for 300 blackout. It's the easiest caliber to add to the AR-15 type program. Okay, this one here is what you call Generation 1. It's got the normal attachments here to pull out the bolt and push the bullet forward. I'm not going to give you fancy names, and this is called a dust cover. All right, and you pull the bolt back to here, and then you release it, and then it stays in place, and all that good stuff, okay? Easy to disassemble. And this is the same kind of setup, except for this is called Generation 2, and I don't have the thing you pull back right here, or the forward assist, so no charging handle or anything like that, okay? And so this goes from the side here, all right? Instead of pulling it from the back like this, I just pull this one right here, much simpler. And it locks in place when it needs to be. And then I put a scope on this one because this one's for like at daytime. If I see wild pigs and stuff like that during the day, I'm using this one. But I also have a light on it and a laser because I'll be hunting in Texas. And then I also have another light on the other side, and I'm going to be putting a green lens on that. So this is a white light and a laser, and right there is a light that I'm going to use for colored light. Because they don't see green and red too good, the animals, and it doesn't scare them. They're attracted to the light. Okay, now this one right here is a 450 Bushmaster, and this is for my nighttime pig hunting. This one's the most powerful of all the three by a long range. This has a red dot scope on it, and I also have a white light right here. I got a laser here, and I have a green light right here. And I can adjust the green light if it's a wide vision or narrow vision. I usually have it on narrow vision. And then right here on the side is where my sling attaches. Okay, so the sling is hooked to the lower receiver, and you just got to push the button and stick it in. Okay, and then it stays in place. And I have that on the 7.62 by 39, and I have that on the 450 Bushmaster. So the sling can go back and forth on either one. Depends on which caliber I want to use. I just have to take this quick pin bolt out, push this bolt open, take the upper receiver off, and put the other one on and close it and do the same thing. Real simple. Takes about 2 minutes. It would take less than that if I didn't live in California, which I might not pretty soon. So there's about 50 or 60 different calibers I can change this gun to. This is one of the most powerful ones right here, if not the most powerful, that can go on this rifle. I do want to get a 6.5 Grendel for it, and that'll be a long distance round. Maybe if I want to shoot over 500-600 yards, maybe 800 yards at the most, even though it's a short action. It's got a really high ballistic coefficient and sectional density, so the ballistic coefficient is how the gun withstands the wind, doesn't get affected by the way it's designed. Usually longer, skinnier bullets can not be affected by the wind so much as fat, shorter ones. And then, or really light ones and small. And then sectional density is how much it's effective at going into an animal, how far it goes in, or tissue, animal, whatever. So that gives you an idea. The lower receivers, they start out at $120 to $119, like on Palmetto State Armory, and the upper receivers, like on Bear Creek Arsenal, they start out at about $200. So you can put the gun together like that for less than $400 with everything. And all the parts from both of those companies have lifetime guarantees. And anyways, I'm just sharing information with you. I don't get nothing out of that. I'm just trying to help people out with information. So there you go. I think the most I ever paid for a scope on rifles like these is probably about $50. Spent about $35 on this red dot one, and I spent $10 on the laser flashlight ones, and almost $10, little less than $10 on the battery for each one. I got a whole bunch of batteries for this. So this one here and this one here use the same kind of battery, and I've got probably 30 or 40 of them rechargeable batteries. So, all right. Hope that's not too long for you, 7.5 minutes.